What's going on? Happy Saturday morning. That was Mile High City by Moi. Moi. Oh, yeah. That was definitely one of my electronic music pieces. Um, it's, it's just one of those songs. It's definitely one of those songs. I like to write all kinds of music, guys. I mean, from like folk country style stuff, like old time country. I'm not much, I like some new country. I'm not going to hate on everything and say I hate it all. I like all music as long as it's, there's music I don't listen to much of. I don't listen to much country. Unfortunately, I like Brad Paisley. I think he's kind of funny, I don't listen to much death metal or any of that stuff. So, yeah, I'm more into, like, chill vibes, and even the electronic music, like dubstep, I was into for a little bit, but to be honest, my heart lies with drum and bass. Back in the days when I was a raver, or actually we used to call ourselves jungleists. You start out as a raver, you get all candied out, and then eventually you find out that's kind of all right. You promote, so you go from like completely oblivious and naive to all right, a veteran raver, and that's where all the drum and bass heads and the jungleists. That's where they all reside. The hip-hop culture, they're more chill and more like, yo, bro, get off me, bro. Quit with that candy stuff. But for some time, there was kind of like a candy ravers aren't cool type of thing back during the beginning era of the whole rave scene, before they were commercialized. Or around the same time, they kind of always had some kind of commercial feel to them, for sure, but I remember going to a lot of cool parties, to be honest, like family parties. That's what all the rave was back in the day. And that wasn't drum and bass. Those were usually house and breaks, and like house breaks, progressive house, but it was more also like chill vibes, like a lot of more of an adult scene at the family parties. I remember going to those. Dub Soldiers of Funk, that was cool. They were kind of affiliated with family parties. I think family standing for friends and the M. What's the M? The friends and music. I love you. That's what family stood for. Friends and music. I love you. And they were cool parties. Anytime you would hear about a family party, you would hop on that train and try to find out where it was. And it was about like 3 or 4 different stops you had to make in order to find the real party. So they give you directions to one party, and then those directions would be to another location, and then it would just be like a chain of spots, to basically filter out any unwanted individuals, So we kept it they were pretty low key, and I remember doing sound for them actually once or twice with a buddy of mine when they were in a desperate need they needed speakers bad. They didn't fall through at one of their parties. There's this guy, Tonka Sound usually was the guy who did their speaker cabinets and stuff. And these were cabinets you can literally fit inside. Like you can hang out with other ravers and just lay inside the subwoofers, like literally lay in them. There was like cabinets and spaces for, like basically bass traps or air horn, whatever they were. But they were like just big air cabinets where you can lie inside. And there would just be ravers like lying on each other, on top of each other, piled in these bass cabinets. Nobody obviously died, at least that I know of, but that's what we used to do. Just to go in the bass cabinets and just feel the bass. feel the bass. Feel the bass. Yeah, it was fun. Those were fun times, and it never left me. I love the music, and to be honest, the style I play, or I make, rather, is more old school progressive house. If you're listening to it, it's like trancey, like put you in a trance type of vibe, and make you think about life type of things. It's always good to write a song to make you think about, like, what the hell am I doing here? Oh man, I'm around all these people. They're all on drugs. Everybody's cracked out of their mind. What am I doing here? And then you have those moments where you like you're dancing with somebody, anybody, and you have that like magical moment from the music, the crescendo of the music, and then you're dancing, and all of a sudden you guys are both in lockstep, and it's just it's not even that you're touching each other. It's like you're just feeling each other's energy. And that was like the thing about the rave scene, is what I like the most, is being able to dance however the hell you wanted to, and nobody's going to say anything to you at all. Unless you like run into them and hurt them, lose your way. But other than that, it wasn't about like really getting down and grinding with your dance partner, any of that. It was really about dancing with them and feeding off each other's energy. It was like crazy. It was a crazy experience. It really wasn't about hooking up or any of those things. It was really about getting your feelings out on the dance floor. And that's what the rave scene was to me. It was especially the drum and bass music. Once I started getting into that and jungle, it was like a way for me to express like emotions that were just buried deep inside, and I just get them out on the dance floor, and then I'd be drenched in sweat afterwards. Not only was I drenched in sweat, the dance floor was drenched in sweat, and that actually made dancing more fun, because you were just sliding around on the floor on other people's, all the body heat and all the humidity and sweat just dropping from our bodies onto the floor contributed to great dance floors. You had to wear good shoes. You can't wear flip-flops. You'd have to wear some good old tennis shoes. And those tennis shoes, if they were white, they would just look basically black by the end of the night, your face would be like dirty, like, because you're sitting on the ground after a while with a bunch of other people you don't know. You kind of, there's always like massage hour, or get Vicks Vapor Rub blown into your eyes or something, with the blowers. You have some randos come up to you with a Vicks thing, and they just like blow it into your eyes, and you're like, whoa. But yeah. That was fun. It was fun days. Yeah. Those were fun days. After a while, you just go and you have a couple drinks and you dance the whole night away, Once you're, I like the older parties with the house music now. It's like the house music is really chill. And house and drum and bass, all, they kind of go hand in hand. I like dubstep, but it's it's like headbangers music, it's like dubstep takes you to another, it's like a derivative, obviously of dub and drum and bass, and it's just, it's funny is all this music, dubstep, trap music, they kind of came around the same time period. And society slowed down because of the partly due to the opioid crisis. Music started becoming slower. More, the music started slowing down, like trap and dubstep. It's a slower. You can obviously go from slower to faster, and vice versa. But it was just, everything's kind of slowed down, and it wasn't as upbeat and Yo MTV Rhapsody anymore. You know, everything was like kind of dark. Even dubstep. Music just went dark. Went into like deep waters, you know? And it was partially or somewhat, I want to say, influenced by the codeine and opioid crisis, you know? It really influenced styles of music, you know? Whereas when we were growing up, it was like, you know, smoking weed and partying, you know, in a 40 type of thing. Weed in a 40, you know, and I'm sure, I mean, that was the thing, you know, just going and chilling instead of a house party, it was a kickback. You know, you have a few friends over, go swimming, barbecue. The big house parties, every once you take your kickback, you'd be like, hey, let's bring our kickback over to a big house party, hang out, then bring some people back to the kickback after a while, you know? Not like a crash, but after the party would be over, broken up. Many of the times the parties in the valley, especially in LA, would get broken up by the cops, you know? So the kickbacks were the things, because the cops would never break up the kickbacks, you know, because there's just not enough people causing a racket, you know, causing ruckus. I want to say racket. No racketeering going on. Maybe, possibly, I don't know. But those were fun, those two, you know. But damn, nowadays it's all about partying during the day. No more nighttime partying, man. That's my watch a movie and relax, or be in the studio and obviously make something. But yeah, partying at night, oh, that's so hard. Now it's a whole daytime thing. We bring our kids to the breweries. And that's cool. That's like a new thing, by the way. Is back in the days you couldn't bring your kids to a bar. Now you can bring your kids to breweries. They're totally kid friendly. And they want your kids to know like the whole craft, you know, of beer making and stuff like that. So that's cool, you know. It's a culture, and it's been a big thing that's a lot of people have taken to now. In my age bracket, we've upped our game and we started partying during the day. And mornings are reserved for coffee, not sleeping in. I can't remember the last time I slept in. As you can see, actually, my eyes look pretty good today. I think I got a good night's sleep last night. I did have 2 pretty strong margaritas, though. That was my Friday, hell yeah, you know, 2 strong margaritas. I don't know if it affected my stream, but you know what? This stream is about that. It's about the process of writing music, you know, so I'm going to be completely real and do what I completely normally do. You know what I mean? That's what it's about, right? It's reality TV at its most real. Yeah. And what you're listening to right now is music that I wrote. So these are all, you know, it kind of sounds a little bit like The Exorcist, which I did get the idea from, but I wrote all this myself. Yeah, that's the sound of like an actual Navy SEAL Zodiac dismounting and going into the water. And then it's basically, you know, just left the ship, and so you got the waves, boom, went underwater a little bit, and now they're back up, you know. They're boarding a ship. They're boarding a pirate ship, actually, because I wrote this for a documentary film that was going to come out, but it never did. The pandemic halted everything. But it was about basically the same movie with, what's it called? What's his name? Remember that movie with Tom Hanks and the Somali pirates take over a ship and people die, even including some Somali pirates that get killed by the Navy SEALs that boarded that ship. Well, there's a ship called Magellan Star. I think that's what it was called, and it was taken over by pirates as well. I believe Somali pirates, maybe. I'm not too certain. but there were pirates in open waters, and they took over the ship and held the crew hostage. And the crazy thing about that is when the Marines, the MARSOC team, went to deal with it. So the Navy SEALs, for that one Tom Hanks movie, it took them 48 hours. It took them, I think, 2 or 3 days to develop plans and how we're going to do this, how they're going to crack the nut. The Marines did it in under 3 hours or something like that. And they killed absolutely nobody. Nobody was harmed. They entered that ship within 2 hours, the MARSOC team, and they didn't kill anybody. So that was a win-win because nobody was hurt. They arrested all of the pirates, and saved all of the crew. And not one round was fired. And they entered the boat with like such precision and violence of force, like violence of action. It was like catching them all by surprise, and they were just, one minute they're all in the bridge, and the next minute they're all under, like, on their knees. Basically, the Marines just entered like that, and the Marines killed nobody. I know Marines, they're known for, like, being killers and stuff, which definitely are, and to some extent, but like, it was pretty interesting. It's not about killing, it was about saving the ship with minimal casualties in mind. That's how we always look at things, what's gonna cause the least amount of damage, the least amount of what's that word called? I forgot that word. Sometimes they just escape my mind. They just leave my mind, like, I don't know. Well, happy freaking Saturday, everybody. I'll come up with collateral damage. There we go. Come on, you just got to think of that one Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Collateral Damage, you remember that? Remember when all those movies came out, like one after another? It was like right after the movie True Lies. And then all of a sudden, all these movies with Arnold started, obviously Arnold had his Commando, his Platoon, and those things. And there was like a string of war movies that he basically fought the whole army of another, like, nation or whatever. Just Arnold. Like, it was like Stallone too. No, Stallone was Commando. Arnold was, what was he? Right? Stallone was Commando. Hey, I'm gonna get all you. Hey. Yeah. Sylvester Stallone. What a cool name, Sylvester. It really is kind of a cool name. It really is. So this song is about a guy named Odysseus, and it's his journey back home from the war. So we're gonna get out of here for a minute. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna get to the music here. Let's start with something fun. Let's start with Sheldon. I usually reserve Saturdays for drums. Unfortunately, I haven't written a new song yet this week. We wrote a new song. Was it Sheldon? Or was Sheldon written last weekend? I think we wrote Sheldon maybe on Monday. So this is a song we've been working on. But we like to change it up. I understand how viewers are. And when you want to recap and watch the videos, I'm sure there's not a lot of you that want to see me going back and forth. Or me streaming over and over again the same thing. I mean, but, that's typically what goes on in here. We're just going on one thing over and over. That's also sometimes when it comes to any kind of artistic endeavor, it really helps to change it up, change things, because it's like, if you focus on one thing and then you dwell on it, your ears are going to get used to that, and then sometimes it messes with your ears. So I like to, like, kind of do things in chunks of time, you know? So we'll write a song and then we'll spend a few takes on it. I learned from the beginning of the stream that doing too many takes may or may not benefit the stream. I don't know. And it may or may not waste my time too. When I can always come back, and I always notice when I come back to like drums, for example, I always do better when I come back to them after like 4 or 5 takes, like, you know, a couple streams ago, and then do another 4 or 5 takes on another stream, and then mix it up that way. I feel like that so far has been really beneficial with my kind of the cadence and the frequency that I want to release music. And I've been releasing, we're still on track. That's the cool thing, is we've been on track. We have not really deterred. We've been releasing about one song a month, you know, and some of them were like one every 2 weeks. So those count, you know, if we want to do an average, it's still on average about once a month. So I'm really kind of excited about that. And I mean, I'm always writing music. I'm always writing. There's not a day where I'm not thinking about something. And, you know, like I'm always writing. At least once a week, I come up with new material. And I kind of let it sit. And I've got some other material that I recorded and that I wanted to get to, because I felt like, wow, I got some material here that might lend a good vocal session for, you know, like, and then we can release it as an instrumental and then as a something with vocals, you know. So I was just thinking of all these. The song that I'm thinking about is a song called Change. I wrote it, and now I want to put some vocals maybe on it. See how that works. I'm already feeling like gonna have to pee soon. But let us get to. Let's just listen real quick what we got. Sheldon wonders now. He's such a wonders now. Oh, little Sheldon's always on the go. It'd be cool. I mean, I don't know where I'm going with these vocals, but this would be cool with an 1176 on it, right? So we don't own an 1176 per se. Okay. By the way, our follow goal right now, we are at 35 followers, and we're trying to get to 50. So if you guys like what you see, I only need 15 followers, guys. 15 more, just 15 more. 15. That is gonna make it. I'm assuming that once I get to 50, I'm placed maybe algorithmically in an area where more people can see me. But you know what I've found? Honestly, I've been looking all over Twitch. There's not a lot of music guys. There's not. There's a lot of streamers doing covers. Also, they do games. They separate their time between games and covers. And maybe they'll throw some originals in there. Some people don't do any originals at all. I've seen bands that do only originals. Only covers, not so much originals. But I don't see anything like mine at all. I see producers working and they're working in the box. But I've not seen anybody work in a large, not even a large, this isn't large by any means. This is a one-room studio. But I haven't seen anybody working with a setup like, you know, there's a lot of people that have a Burl or Avid HDIO setup, whatever. You know, there's probably a lot of people that should be streaming with setups probably far greater than mine. I don't see them on Twitch. I might see them more on Instagram doing short form stuff, but I don't see people doing this humiliating painstaking process of recording live. Like, I just don't see it. I haven't. So I guess I'm the first, if that's safe to say, the first one to be talking you through, and Studio One. We don't. There's if they're going to do anything, they're going to do it on Pro Tools or Logic. I'm not seeing any of that. I'm really not. Maybe on YouTube. There's probably something on YouTube, but I've seen YouTube videos where guys have studios like this, or really nice studios, and they're talking about other stuff. They're not really going through the studio and picking up things and tracking. There's not a lot of people tracking live. And we're tracking, this is tracking 101. We're doing it all live. And we're doing it not through a large format console, which would be cool. That's my dream. And honestly, if this stream becomes popular, those are going to be some of the goals I'll shoot for. It's like, okay, well, we're going to meet our goal of $100,000 here. One of these days, we'll get a large. What am I going to? You think I'm going to use $100,000 to buy a large format console? No, I'll probably remodel a little bit, like get a new patio or something, fix some things that are broken, like in the house, because $100,000 isn't buying anything nowadays. So yeah, that, just to fix your house, it would probably be that much, but yeah, home ownership, that's where we're at. So, but I got my studio. I've always had like a little nook in the corner. I've always had a little space where I could, produce music. It was always something I did. Always a little nook. When I lived in DC, it was we had a 1-bedroom apartment, and it had like a little nook by a window, which was actually beautiful. The window was so big, and you could see all of the parking lot outside and the brick buildings across from us. And yeah, that was fun. Snowmageddon, when it snowed like crazy, and they called it Snowmageddon. That was fun. And I remember it having a little nook, and that's at the time I was running Ableton Live. It was all Ableton Live. And I remember even like having people over, and because I was like, oh, you're a musician, come on over. And we tried recording, and it took so long to record because I was like, oh, I can get all my sounds off of your my Ableton, and we can use your Nord. And was it a Nord? I think he had a Nord too. And he was just like, it could have been a Juno. Could have been a Nord or a Juno. I think it was a Juno, actually. And he was just politely waiting for me the whole time, when he definitely had some cool sounds on that keyboard. But I was just so stupid at the time about MIDI. And I was like, well, we could use your keys and activate a MIDI. And it took forever. It was like back in the days when it wasn't as plug and play as it is now, and especially with the Juno. And I was just so, I didn't know what I was doing, and I don't know. It was just a really, really hazy time. But I was making music. I was definitely still making music. Actually, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this longer than even back, like since the 90s. I've been, fidgeting with samplers, and my dad brought home a Roland JS30. That was the first sampler I ever worked on. And he was a sound mixer for the, like TV shows and stuff like that. So for, just your average sound guy, and they would sometimes do sound design as well. So back in those days, they didn't really have a sound design department for many of these sitcoms. So the sound mixer was relegated, the sound mixer would have like some of them have little samplers like the JS30 to add in like the sound of fucking applause from an audience or laughing or whatever. So you press the button, or the sound of just any given sound. He had like there's like CDs that had sound libraries, like different sounds. So you can buy these CDs and then sample off of them into the JS30. It was, you know, that's what they did. And before, he was running off of a Nagra, which is, I wish he still had that Nagra. It was a reel-to-reel tape machine. They're about $3,000 to $5,000. I don't think they've even gone down in price, to be honest. They're still pretty expensive. But that's what they used to record audio to. But I mean, for music perspectives, I think the Nagras were more focused on dialogue and stuff, because the tape was, it wasn't like a 2-inch tape or anything like that. It was, you know, so I'm sure you couldn't track an entire band based on, you know, the width of the tape. I think they were less than, they were 1/4 inch, I believe. Yeah, it was probably a 1/4 inch tape or 3/4 inch tape. One of those. Stereo, I think. Yeah, it was stereo. So that was interesting. Was it stereo, or they just have a backup? I don't know. It was a really cool little machine, though. It was so mechanical, and it was just cool as a kid seeing that machine and playing with it, and, you know, all the sounds that it makes when you're like moving the mechanisms from the, you know. And then came the digital revolution, and it started with them switching to DAT, which is digital audio tape. So tape, digital tape. That's what they at first toyed with, that idea, which didn't last long. I remember DAT came in and went out, and then hard drives, boom. And hard drives for sound mixers in those days were expensive. They were in the thousands, and they still are. They're still expensive if you buy like the sound, what's the company, Soundworks or Soundwaves or something like that. But there's these, you know, companies that, I think it's Soundwaves or something like that. And even the radio mics were from, I have a Sony here, which is still like, it was inexpensive compared to buying the radio mics for television, which are, I have some, they're not UHF though. I have my dad's old VHF ones, and the name of that company, why am I forgetting the name? Because it's like huge. And that, if you were to buy those UHF ones nowadays, they're like over $1,000. They're expensive. Oh man. What is the name of the company? I have it right here, actually. I have the bag that in which they came in. Oh, that wasn't cool. Electrosonic. Right? Yep, Electrosonic. That company is expensive when it comes to radio mics and stuff like that. I mean, but you know what the thing is? There's no, maybe their range is better. Maybe they have stronger antennas for the UHF signal. That's probably them and the Sennheisers. Sennheiser's like the next step down from the Electrosonic, and then from the Electrosonic are these, or from the Sennheiser are these Sonys. And I've actually tried the Sennheiser versus Sony, and the Sony is a way better build. It's a way better build, and it works pretty well. UHF, you can't go into different rooms. You have to be, it's all, not line of sight like VHF, but I have a VHF Electrosonic. I have like 5 VHF Electrosonic radio mics, and those are still, if you go look online, they're still not cheap. But VHF is all line of sight, and you know, I kept them. They're nostalgic. I kept them. Why not? In case of a Armageddon or something. I don't know. So you're gonna need to communicate on a VHF signal. I don't know, but so yeah. So then came the hard drives, but then the hard drives became so much more commonplace that they just, you know, now any sound mixer can afford anything with a smaller budget. And yeah, they still make Electrosonic radio mics, but you could get away with it with this Sony just as well, and a Zoom recorder. The Zoom records at 96K, just like the Sound Devices does. And I don't, like, when it comes to digital, the Zoom, the quality, I just don't I don't know the difference really between buying the sound devices, which may have some more features, but the components, I would argue, are the same, pretty similar. Unless it's like a Burl mothership with really good converters that are proprietary and like proprietary wound transformers and op amps, then I don't know if there's going to be much of an audible difference between buying the expensive sound devices stuff versus the Zoom recorders. And Zoom makes stuff that's just as good now for being out in the field. And the only thing I argue is the Sennheiser MK. I think it's not the 421, but the long shotgun microphones. I have one. It's a 418, I think it's called. You got to have one of those. No, forget the Rhodes. Like I see a lot of people with the documentaries, they're using the Rhodes because the Sennheiser's like $1,000. You got to have there is so much of a difference in sound quality on the high end. That's why that Sennheiser microphone, I think it's the 418 or something like that. That's why that microphone is what it is. You can't buy any microphone. I always say with microphones, don't go cheap. Go with affordable. But Rode makes some decent microphones. I'm not going to hate on all of them. The NT1 I've heard is really good. I just find them a lot where the Neumann U87 would basically surpasses. Usually in the high end, in the Rode microphones, it's got like a very mid-range, but like it doesn't have clarity on the high end, and it's very muddy in the mid-range. And you can obviously do some EQ work to fix all that later on, but I've heard the difference. And I love the 418. Is that what the name of the Sennheiser is? Let me grab it. I know it's just talking today. It's a Saturday, talking gear here. But I have it right here, and I still have it in its boom. Excuse him. Wow. Still have this in its boom. It is the Sennheiser. Yeah, the 418 P48. Sometimes I just forget. But this is a cool microphone, and it's actually like Tiny Desk concerts use this. If you ever remember Tiny Desk, they definitely have one of these pointed up at everybody. It's a great microphone. This is it. And they run for almost a grand. But I've been doing this a long time, so I've been accumulating stuff over time, and so let me just put this like right here or something. But yeah, over time I've been accumulating gear, so it's been a long road. And this thing is also built like a tank. It's really strong. I mean, they don't, Sennheiser makes really good microphones. Like their 421 I use on toms and even background vocals sometimes. Yeah, so this is the industry standard microphone for all television and movies. And some movies, whoa! And then I just broke my screen as I did that. It's still ticking. That never happens, but I just bounced off. And then I just spent, I just lost all that money just now. Now let's just put this over here for now. Let's put this over here. There we go. On the ground. Let it get some electromagnetic love over there from all the cables. Yeah. But the 418 is the industry standard, and Rode makes a similar shotgun microphone. And you can listen to the comparisons. Actually, they have YouTube comparisons, and you're going to hear this. The Sennheiser 418 has a really nice, crisp, clear high end, And when it comes to dialogue, recording actors, you want it to be right on from the source. You don't want to have to do EQ work later on to bring it out. You want it right then and there, so the director can hear, so the actors can hear later on. And they're like, oh, that sounds good. Because they're going to come over to the sound guy and they're going to go, how did I sound? Can I listen to that take? And they have their headphones. Everybody has a headset that they can wear. They have radio headsets. The director for sure has a radio headset on, and they're listening to what the sound guy's doing, and they don't want to hear the EQ yet. They want to hear that Sennheiser. They all know it's like their ears are tuned to the Sennheiser 418. That's what it is, And so that microphone, I should use that one day if we have like a tiny desk type of thing here. But that, if you look at the Tiny Desk concerts, that's what they have as the main vocal mic, and it's used to cancel out probably all the other instruments that are in there and focus everything on the vocals, and what the vocalist may have, like a guitar or something like that. But it's really good on focusing on one particular point and canceling out everything surrounding it. Well, not much canceling, but not really picking up everything. It's a small diaphragm. So, and it's very, very focused. It's not focused enough to where you can still hear conversations far away, but they make a longer one as well. I don't have that one. My dad used to have that mic. Is a longer version of the 418, and that was a cool microphone too. But then there's those are more used. There's no practical application other than maybe sporting events. And with football, they use parabolas, which none of us, you have to have like a special license or whatever in order to buy one of those or use, because not just any Joe can buy a parabola microphone. Or else you'd be hearing conversations going on in each household. But still, you'd still be picking up all the ambient noise from everywhere else. So yeah, parabolic microphones, they have no use in a recording studio whatsoever. So, anyways, let's get to this. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break and take a quick bathroom break. And we got like a few viewers now. I don't want to just leave just yet, but guys, I'm going to just quickly use the restroom before I start singing. It's not going to be so long of a stream today. Maybe 9 to probably 12 or so. So we'll be here a couple hours at least. All right, let me just take a leak. And I got some of my music playing as we do that. that sound you're hearing right now is actually an analog equipment that I have. The Moog subharmonicon, actually. That's where we got those sounds from. Much of this is all, and then the Roland FAO. So a lot of the sounds didn't come from plugins. It came from there, from going into preamps. But all right, we are wasting time. Got some things I got to do today, but I wanted to get some streaming in. Saturday morning usually is my drum morning, but and I think we're gonna try. We're gonna try to get a drum, write a song today, but with drums. Okay, and we're gonna. Excuse me. I got a little. What is that? A bug stuck in between my keyboard here? What's going on there? That's weird. It's not even a bug. Okay, so I'll just wipe my nose with the same thing I clean the bug off with. No. Anyways, so let's check this out. By the way, if you guys are just joining me, please give me a follow if you haven't already. Looks like we're getting a little bit more viewership now. Happy Saturday. Good morning to everyone. All right. So let us start first by getting to Sheldon, doing a couple takes. Sheldon the Wonder Snail. Let's hear the lyrics that we wrote for this song. Let's go over to our session and just give a quick listen to our vocals. Sheldon the Wonder Snail, he's such a wonder snail. Oh, little Sheldon's always on the go. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Sheldon, you will not outlast. He told me so, he told me so. Sheldon won the race, and who? Oh, he left it low. Ooh, while the rest were asleep, Sheldon kept on smelling. He was free. Fun song. Woo. Oh, yeah. Sheldon, speed through. Come on. You know what you can do. Yeah. Garage band. Say hello to my drummer. My guitarist and singer over there. Tommy violinist, Cathy, whatever. Okay, I obviously was intoxicated or something there. Definitely had 2 margaritas too many yesterday. Okay? That was oh man, that's embarrassing. So let's funny though. Let's keep it because there's some stuff in there that was just hilarious. Okay, it was so funny. It's embarrassing, but I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. So look at. All right, Sheldon, the Wonder Snail. What are we gonna do here? Let's keep all this material here. Just this, and bring it over here. Doesn't really matter where I put it, but I want to put it out. You know what? I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it in a scratch pad. How about that? Make life just simply easier. Did I keep those drums too? No. Let's take those drums out. And oops. Okay, let's take these drums out first. I don't need that scratch pad. Obviously can build, what am I doing here? Yeah, here we are. Okay, so let's just drag these over here. Let's delete these. Let's close the scratch pad. Let's get rid of all this stuff here. What is this? We're not keeping any of it. Let's start from scratch. It's like, let's just do it. In those drums, you couldn't hear me. I don't know if they sound good or bad, if I should keep the drums. But let's do, see, I know this isn't the way you normally want to work with Studio One. You want to do the takes on layers, but I really, this function takes on layers here. I really don't. It like fucks me up on a personal level. You know, it just it takes me down a notch. It's like a creative killer. It's like a buzz kill, you know? So that's why I don't use that. I try to sometimes, you know, when I find some practical reasons to use it. But I really like looking side to side. I don't know. It's just the way my brain works, I guess, you know? I really like having everything just right there in front of me, you know, and just doing many takes that way. And I mean, we can even just like copy all this and then just boom, you know, and just keep it going. And we'll do like 4 takes, you know what I mean? And it just, for me, I can see everything there based off of the arrangement, you know, the like, oh, okay, this here sounded good, like the vocals here sounded good. You could, with takes on layers, I could definitely like sub it in. I just, for me, I don't know why. Maybe I got to get used to using it more, but it's just a buzzkill for me. You know, that's why I just like looking at everything. Oh, this is take one, and I put a marker here, and this sounded good there, and I don't have to worry about like subbing this part in for that part. It's just like I copy and paste. You know, with the takes on layers, like you're relegated. Like you, is that like the word of the day today? Relegated. Hope I'm using it correctly. But like you're just like, it kind of limits you to the, you know, you have to move it up if you're not using that piece on the top, or if you want to do any switching around, you're like switching around the whole file, and it just can become kind of cumbersome. So I just don't use it that often. We try, and there is good practicality, but I honestly think Studio One should make, like the scratch pad I hardly use. I really don't. But for such things like this, like things I don't may use later, let's use it. And right, we have a lot of space here for another thing that Studio One can add, and that could be, it takes on layers. You know, instead of a scratch pad here, and takes on layers. And see how scratch pad, you can have scratch pad 1, 2, 3. Well, you can do the same theoretically with takes. Take 1, take 2, take 3, and it's all in another window. You can open it or close it just like the scratch pad, and you can just kind of go through each and every. I think that would be the best, like if Studio One did something like that. And I wonder if there is any. Let's see. Let's see. Let's just look real quick. Studio One, takes on layers via Scratchpad. I'm sure I'm not giving a good search terms here, but let's see. How to collapse and expand. No. Okay, is that going all to YouTube? Let's go here. Let's try it. So if I go to the event handling, there's no discussion of it, it seems. Studio One has a forum for such questions or complaints or things that you can do, they can do better, and everybody votes on a particular issue. And if that gets enough votes, Studio One updates with the new suggestions from its users, and that's amazing. No No DAW, not one does that. From my knowledge, nobody's as responsive as Studio One. Like they literally will take your advice and update. The next update will include your advice, you know? So like MPE, for example, so many people were like, why isn't Studio One MPE? It's like plugin friendly with every single plugin. It works with everything really, and except for MPE, and like not even Pro Tools was MPE friendly. And there's like workarounds. It's you have to load like 16 tracks, okay? Because the MIDI channels 1 through 16, MPE operates on all 16 channels, right? So because the pressure is on one channel, slides on another channel, pitches on another channel, what have you. It's all based off of still the MIDI parameters of 1 through 16, the 16 parameters offered for one instance of MIDI or whatever, or a plugin. Now Studio One has that compatibility, MPE compatibility, and you don't have to load 16 tracks at all. Although I did kind of like the 16 tracks for certain reasons. Um, it was maybe you can edit it. There's another program, Bitwig Studio, that was developed for MPE instrumentation, and that was I didn't want to buy it because I thought it was kind of useless. Um, it's like, okay, yeah, this is the only thing that's good about Bitwig, you know. That's why I bought Ableton Live. So whenever I get to start using Ableton and making loops and stuff like that, I'm thinking of doing that soon, getting involved with the whole looping scenarios, and we'll do loops of analog like equipment. So we'll use this analog gear here, right over here, beep, and we'll loop with that stuff, with the MPE stuff, using that. It'll be really interesting to see. Yeah. Anyways, let's get to our situation now. Why not show a little off as we, and that messes up my eyes. Can't do that. Gotta look at it straight. Okay, so all right, let's get over to these vocals. It's a little lazy Saturday, but I'm glad I'm glad we're all here and we're all having fun. If you haven't given me a follow yet, please do so. I would much appreciate a follow. We only need 15 more to get affiliate status. Once I get to my 50, guys, I won't ask any more of you other than, I'm not expecting subs or donations quite yet. It's going to get to that, but I don't want to expect it off of my first 50. I really would like it to be, and once I get into the thousands and develop more of a network and a community, that's where I feel like the strategizing for subs and for donations will be more appropriate. But right now, I'm just even if I have 200 followers, that's all I'm looking for right now is followers, followers, followers. You know what I mean? That's it. And we're not going to stop until we get to 50. And then once we get to 50, we're going to have a party. We're going to party. That's what we're going to do. We're going to party. Ugh. I'm telling you, I'm drinking so much coffee, I might poop my pants, though. I don't know. I can't help it. I can't help it, though. Okay. So, let us get these vocals on board. We got them all ready. Oh, didn't I say I wanted to throw... Let's try... I know we're going backwards here, but let's just bring this back for a second. I want to just get it set up with... I was going to do it on the input, but it really doesn't matter. Let's try an 1176 here for this channel. And so we're going to Let's see. Okay, attack. So what we're gonna do is maybe like, I don't know, do some vocal limiting. Let's try a very high ratio, like 12. Let's bring the attack. We don't want it to be too aggressive. Maybe like a kind of a semi-slow release. And let's crunch just a little bit. And let's see what happens with that. Let's see. Also, we got to set up our... Oh, good. We're already ready for tracking here. Good to go. Good to go. Good to go. Oh, there we are. There we are. Good old microphone. I don't know what to name it. I like to name things. Annette, Arthur, Abel. Okay. It's with all the biblical names, though, huh? Come on. Not very religious, so why am I naming that? But because everything is every name, right? Caleb, Nicholas, Frank. All right. So let's see how the vocals just kind of sound with this, you know? Delden, the wonder snail. He's such... Kind of interesting. Let's see. Let's bypass. Sheldon, the wonder snail. He's such... Sheldon, the wonder snail. Interesting. I wonder if I should put that on the input so I'm basically compressing on the way in. We could commit. We could commit like that. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying here, but we can do compression two ways here. We can compress it on the channel strip, okay? Or we could compress it via, let's make this a little larger, the inputs. Okay, so like right here, this is basically where to go. Well, you can actually view it this way. So I could put that same compressor right there, that 1176, on the input. And what that's going to do is bake it. I have no control after this. It's basically going to bake the signal in, right? So it's going to bake it in, but it's just going to give me some limiting, because this song has a lot of dynamics already to it when it comes to the guitar or the vocals. And so when I'm like, Sheldon, I'm trying not to, it's, you know, you could do this with Studio One. It's like basically committing to compressing the vocals, tracking in. When I put the compressor on the track, just on the channel strip in Studio One in that mix window, I can always take it off later on. But what I just did now is I put it on the input. So I'm basically tracking, and there's no way to take the compression off after this. Let's toy around with it. It might work out, you know? Here we go. Happy Saturday. yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, Sheldon the Wonder Snail. That's cool. I like the way it was taming my vocals on the way in. So let's keep that. Let's see. Sheldon. I like that. I like that. Keep it. Oh no, Sheldon the Wonder Snail. He's such a wonder snail. Oh, little Sheldon's always on the go. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. With Sheldon, you will not outlast. Ah, you go to sleep one night. Sheldon's still out there fighting the fight, fighting the good fight. Sheldon, Sheldon, the Wonder Snail. Oh, he's such a wonder snail. Oh yeah. Okay, but wait, I haven't even come up with lyrics. We're just kind of winging it right now. But let's listen. Happy Saturday. Oh. The compression on the way in's killing me. It's like not, I mean, look at it. Look what it did. You can tell look at this compared to the other track. That's no compression. This is compressed. It's limiting it a little too much. I think we just straight limited it. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just a little bit more vocal control in this instance. You know what I mean? Let's try it without the compressor. Maybe like also build up the output. Let's see. Because I might bring up the noise floor when I'm doing this. Sheldon the Wonder Snail. He's such a wonder. Yeah. I still feel like I want to compress on the way in too. Oh man. Wait a second here. We can go into another preamp and use the 4710D. The Universal Audio has an 1176 compressor on it. It's like, let's try. Should we try? Should we? Should we not go, Burl? Let's try this. Let us try this. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is we're going to take off. Let's just disable it because it's got some settings on it. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, that might have been a little too loud. Let's try. I don't know. Let's try something else here. We're going to go over to our preamps here. Normally, I go into this channel 5. It sounds amazing with this ribbon microphone, but I just want to mess around real quick. Okay, I can mess around, right? Is that okay? Is it okay if I mess around real quick? We're going to do some patch baying here. Um, Here, you can maybe see what I'm doing from this perspective too. Oh, not that one. Woo. Maybe over here. Kind of. So we're gonna patch this in right here. Patch this in. Okay. And so I'm gonna go from channel. Oh, cool. You can see my side profile. Nice. So panel 5 is where that microphone is right now. So we're just cut the connection to panel 5. That's why you can't hear it anymore. I just cut the connection. And now we're going to put that connection. Hopefully I didn't, let's undo it real quick. Hello, 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 hello. Let's take it off record, because sometimes that messes with Studio One when you unplug while the track is armed. So I'll take it off there. And for your ears too. So we're going to, panel 5. Okay, that's where the microphone is plugged into the wall panel. And instead of it going into this preamp, I want it to go into channel 13 maybe. Let's use channel 13. Got my patch cables right here. Let's go channel 13, okay? So we're going to go to Universal Audio 4710D. One, which is channel 13, and arm it. There we go. Hello. Yep, it's on. So now what we're gonna do with that? Let's see what it sounds like armed. So now in my mix window, I'm gonna change this to channel 13. Hello. 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 Okay, it's armed. Is it armed? Huh. Is Studio One doing that? Okay. Okay, Studio One. We will keep it. And let's restart it. Sometimes Studio One does this. Kind of not often, but it does do this when I'm, let's see, let's get Studio One back on track here. How y'all doing? I hope you're well. If you haven't given me a follow yet, please give me a follow. This is the process, guys. So this is the stream. We like to chat. I'll chat with you about audio, about quantum physics, about black holes, about life in general. We can even sometimes get a little, if you want, we can get politics. Yes, we even talk politics. I am not shy, guys, about any of this stuff, okay? I like to talk about it if it comes down to that. You know what I'm saying? Why not? This stream is inspired by much of the conversations I have throughout my life and throughout. I'm sure you guys like to talk about stuff too. So there we are going. Interesting that input 13. Let's check Dante real quick and make sure we didn't suddenly. Yep, we did something with Dante. This kind of kicked Dante off. Oh no, we're good. Dante's running. Interesting. Hold on a second. We do have a reamp plugged into 13. That could be an issue. Hello. That's interesting. It's not registering on the. It's registering here on the burl. It's registering on the preamp. We're good. We're good to go there. Mic. Yep. So it's going. It's playing through the burl. But when we have, let's just say, have this in input 5, we're good to go. Okay, so we're getting the sound through input 5. 13 is not playing nice right now. Is that that's what the deal is? So I have to do some solder work. Panel 4710D. We're getting the signal. Ah. Okay. It's showing. Everything's fine. Burl 13, right? But for some reason, it's not fine. Troubleshooting. Hello. Interesting. Let's check out my inputs here and make sure we're good to go. Input 13 not registering, huh? Alright, input 13 is good to go. Well, in this case, we'll try another input. It's basically showing the connection, but there could be issues. I'm not thinking there's any soldering I have to do. I think this is really a Studio One issue right now, because I'm getting the signal. I'm getting the signal on the burl, so it's going to the converter completely. Okay, it's just not registering with Studio One currently. So we shall quit it, and we're going to restart Studio One again. That's what we're going to do. But that's definitely an unusual thing when it does that, and it would be like a complete reboot of my computer to fix that, and I don't want to do that during a stream. So we'll just have to make do with the best preamps that we have anyway. For some reason, Studio One is just not. We'll have to test it on one more channel. Let's try to patch it into a different channel instead of. We'll try 14. Input 14. All right, input 14. Phantom power on. Good. Input 14. Let's not have that preamp so high. All right, that's good to go. Everything's fine on that. Now, input 14. Whoa. Interesting. It must be a complete reboot of my system. It's very interesting, though. Very interested to understand. Yeah, nothing's plugged in. Let's look over here. 13 and 14 are clear here. This is just the Studio One thing, for sure. All right, fine, Studio One. Want to play that way? We'll play. Let's just try 13, 14, 15, 16. We know we won't cut it. We're just going to stick with 5. I mean, this microphone on, yes, I'm trying to reduce my dissonance right now. But yeah, I kind of like the way it went in anyways with the 1176. So let's just reduce my dissonance by keep saying that. Turn the 1176 on, because I think I did like compression on the way in. And we'll just roll with this, okay? Hey, sorry about that, by the way. For those of you who are like, what the hell? Thought I came over here for some cool stuff. You did. I'm here. Right here. All right. And if not, we'll have to restart the computer or something if that's the case. Don't want to have to do that. But, sometimes it's just a straight up reboot of your system. But everything here is working fine, which is really odd to me that Studio One isn't taking. I mean, it's showing. I'm seeing the signal, so it's clearly a Studio One has to be rebooted issue, and I'm just not going to do that. With the thousands of people that are watching right now, I can't afford to lose. I can't afford to lose you for. Okay, here we go. Hey. Oh yeah. Sheldon. Oh Sheldon. Woo. Give it to me, Sheldon. Oh yeah. Sheldon, the wonder snail. He's such a wonder snail. Oh, little Sheldon's always on the go. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. If you think that you can outlast, Sheldon will pass. It's like, am I losing something? Is it getting loud for me? Let's hear. He's such a wonder snail. Oh, little Sheldon's always on the go. I like the 1176 in there. That 1176 is that's it right there, man. That is it. I was looking for an aggressive style compressor, and the 1176 is my go-to for aggressive compressors, It's just it's got a nice attack. I use the 1176 mainly for, like tracking and the tracks. Sometimes on a bus, it works both ways, really. But the LA2A and the optical stuff, I'll definitely throw on a mix bus. That's just how I roll with the LA2A. It's more of a slower attack because it's by nature, it's optical. So it's a slower, attack than an 1176. I don't believe 1176 is but whatever, we have control over it with the preamp here. It has 1176. God, that really upsets me though. It really does. What if I were to just unplug this and go no patching and just plug directly in? Let's do one more test, guys. To know if this is a problem, because I really want to try this out. So let's unplug. Let's not have the track armed when we're doing this. You don't want to arm the track. Okay, so now let's try just going from literally channel 5 to channel 14. Or 13, rather. Okay. 13. All right. Oh. Let's try. Oh, please. Oh, please. Oh, please. Let's try. No. What is going on? All right. That's clearly a Studio One issue right now. 13 through whatever right now are just completely incapable of working with me right now. Okay, fine. We'll play it that way, guys. Okay? Play it that way. Studio One will play it that way. I was talking all this good stuff about you, Studio One. Turn around and do me in like that. You got to do me like that, Studio One. Why you got to do me like that? Yeah, 5 is fine. At least 5 is fine. By the way, if you haven't given me a follow yet, go ahead and give me a follow. We're going to start now. Here we go. Let's get Let's get these vocals down. Let's get these vocals. I think I like the way the vocals sounded on this run, though. If you listen to it again. Sheldon, the wonder snail. He's such a wonder snail. Oh, little Sheldon's always on the go. And listen to the difference between this and, let's just bring in this one real quick. Just bring it over here. Where are you? Where are you? Let's just bring it to this one, okay? Well, let's activate that and listen to the difference real quick. You're gonna hear the difference. What did I do? You're gonna hear the difference between a compressed, as you can see, the square's off right there, and a non-compressed. Sheldon, the wonder snail. He's such a wonder snail. Oh. Okay. Sheldon, the wonder snail. He's such a wonder snail. Oh. Little Sheldon's always on the go. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. If you think that you can outlast, Sheldon will pass. Okay, that sounds cool. And then listen to this one. It just sounds. It just sounds. This one sounds stronger, like from start to finish on the notes, you know? So I think compression on the way in is great, but we're not compressing on the channel strip, as you can see here. We're compressing on the input, which is a technique if you want to commit, basically. This is we're committing here, because when we're using the 1176 on the input rather than on the channel strip, see, we have nothing on just the EQ. We are baking that sound in, okay? So that is the major difference. And we're baking it in because I'm just comfortable. I want to be comfortable with compressing on the way in. And it's kind of what you would do in a real studio. They compress on the way in if they're going to do it. Many times, especially with a very dynamic vocals such as this one, and I'm low, so we're gonna try it this way, okay? Here we go. Sheldon's always on the go. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. With Sheldon, you will not outlast. You will not pass. Sheldon keeps on going while you're asleep. He is still out flowing. Now he's such a wonder snail, can't you tell? Ooh yeah, ooh, can't you tell? Ooh. Oh yeah, oh yeah, ooh yeah, hey, oh, hey, hey, yeah. That's right, Sheldon's. You think you can sleep while Sheldon's out there? Buyer beware. Woo! Yeah, Sheldon, Sheldon, baby, give it to me, wonder now. He's such a wonder now. Oh, oh, yeah. The little Sheldon's always on the go. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. With Sheldon, you will not outlast. Yo, that was fun. That was fun. That was fun, guys. Yeah. Let's I'm so giddy right now. Look at that track though. Look how beautiful. Look how beautiful. Look at that compression. Kept me right there. Man. What did I do on this compressor? Let's see what I did here. I remember, but I kind of just want to bask in my glory here. Okay, so I did a little bit more input gain. See, with these compressors, by the way, I got my ratio at 12, so I'm basically limiting to some extent, you know what I mean? Pretty much limiting, which is, I love the 1176 for that purpose, because it's got that limiting vibe, you know? Let's have it, let's just put it right there. Okay, so it's got that vibe, you know, from the limiting. You know, man, you can hear the dogs out in the backyard. Oh my God. I'm like right here. That is great. I mean, come on. I'm right here now. And then I'm right here. Listen to that. And it's not really picking up my room that much. Amazing. That's amazing. Wow. Let's see. Let's just look at the Sheldon. Oh yeah, look at that. Sheldon, the wonder snail. Woo! Look at that. All right, let's try it. Here we go. Sheldon. That's where we're going now. Sheldon. Oh, 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 Sheldon, the wonder snail. He's such a wonder snail. Oh, little Sheldon's always on the go. Slow and smooth, smooth is fast. With Sheldon, you will not outlast. You will not. Sheldon keeps on going while you're asleep. I don't know. The lyrics. We need to write the lyrics, dude, but this is fun. We just came out. We're building tones. We're trying to figure out how we're going to get to where we are with this song. Yesterday we were screwing around with the vocals. Today we figured out what we want to do. I knew I wanted that I wanted to compress them on the way in. I had this feeling. It just seemed like that kind of song where you're compressing vocals on the way in. Much of the songs that I've done, we haven't. Actually, every single song that we've done so far, live streaming, including my other rock songs where I'm fucking rocking it out of the microphone, we didn't use compression on the way in. But this song, it needs it. It just needed it. It's like, sometimes you just gotta go for some things, you know? And this is one of those moments where it's like, bake it in, no going back, you know? Bake the song sound in using the UAD compressor. It's a 1176. The one thing about those is if you push them too hard, which I'm not, like if I was to go a little bit more, then you start hearing artifacts. And if it's just one compressor and you're not doing a lot of plugins on many different channels and then pushing all of those compressors or emulation, it's usually the emulators, not the linear EQs, none of the linear compressors that or stock plugins, whatever, that aren't emulating. It's the ones that are trying to emulate another an analog piece of gear. Those tend to create artifacts after a certain amount. If you start pushing those too hard, you're going to hear the artifacts. And if the song's loud enough, you won't hear them if it's just like one channel, in some cases, or many. But if you have all those, if you're just doing a bunch of compressors and emulative compressors or emulative EQs on many tracks and you're pushing them, you're going to hear sounds that don't belong there. And I part of it, so with the analog gear, it's like after 20K, for example, the sound just drops off, right? There's no recording of it. It's not there, right? But with the plugins, for some reason, it almost like repurposes the sounds past 20K or something of that nature. It's like redistributing sounds that shouldn't even be there at all, and it's redistributing them throughout the entire sound and coming up in random spots. There's no rhyme or reason to it, at least from my knowledge. But let's listen to this real quick. Here we go. Sheldon. That's where we're going now. Yeah. Sheldon. Oh, 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 Sheldon, no wonder smell. He's such a wonder smell. Oh, little Sheldon's always on the go. Slow and smooth, smooth and fast. With Sheldon, you will not outlast. You will not last. Sheldon keeps on going while you're asleep. He is still out blowing, rolling. Sheldon, the wonder snail. He's such a wonder snail, can't you tell? Ooh, yeah. Ooh, can't you tell? Ooh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Hey. Oh, hey. That's right, Sheldons. You think you can sleep while Sheldon's out there? Oh, man. This is awesome. Whee! Buyer beware. Woo! Yeah, Sheldon, Sheldon, baby, give it to me, Sheldon. Ow! Give it to me, Sheldon. Sheldon, the wonder snail. He's such a wonder snail. Oh, yeah. Little Sheldon's always on the go. Slow and smooth, smooth and fast. With Sheldon, you will not outlast. Dude, that song is so fucking fun. I can't. You guys got to understand how much fun I'm having right with this. When you compress in there, man, does it do magic. That 1176 was needed. It brought the funk. It brought the vibe. Tamed it. I'm all over the place right now. There are so many things I want to keep in that. There's so many things I want to keep with that. It is insane. Hey guys, if you're not chatting with me, let's chat. Let's chat. Come on. Throw some stuff on the chat. Here, if you haven't heard my music on Spotify, check it out. I'm on Spotify. I'm also on YouTube Apple Music, whatever. Check me out, okay? Of the Willow Tree. This is a song unlike any of the songs. Usually I'm writing some fucking dark stuff, okay? This is different. This is different. I mean, we're singing over here on this microphone, okay? And, man, if you guys have questions, if you like what you're hearing, let me know in the chat. I'm really kind of anxious to know what you guys are thinking, but this is fun. We might, I know it's 11:21. It's 11:21. You know, this has only been 2 hours so far. It's like I want to go to the drums right now, but I kind of want to just, this song's so much fun, you know? It's too fun. It's too fun. We got to keep it up. Like, honestly, that was like a really good, let's keep those because they could work. You know what I mean? We don't have really any lyrics though, but maybe we should just keep this, you know? Listen to this real quick.
Sheldon, the wonder smell. He's such a
The fuck
wonder
win!
smell. Little Sheldon's always on the go. Slow and smooth, smooth and fast. With Sheldon, you will not outlast. You will not last. Sheldon keeps on going while you're asleep. He is still out flowing, rolling. Sheldon, the wonder snail. He's such a wonder snail, can't you tell? Ooh yeah, ooh, can't you tell?
Sounds a little Eddie Vedder in there, a little Eddie Vedder-age. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah. That's straight up Eddie Vedder right there, man. Little influence from Eddie Vedder. Oh yeah, I'm still alive. Yeah. Little Jack Black in there. Peaches, 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 peaches. I love you. Oh. Yeah. Dude. That song's rad. You know how much that is just a great way to kick off your Saturday right there, huh? Just a good, clean, fun way to kick off your Saturday. I love you. Oh, Mario, Luigi, and the whole coop, Mario and Luigi too. A whole pack of Koopas couldn't keep me away from you. Peaches. This song is rad. This song is rad. This is rad. Rad Racer. Who do we got online right now? Who do we got? Okay. 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 A lot of people on. A lot of musicians on right now. Motherfuckers. But only one followed channel is on right now. I'm not, don't worry, I'm not raiding out. I'm not gonna raiding out. I'm not gonna raiding. Flawless victory. Listen to this, guys. This is fun. This is fun. What a country. Listen to that.
Sheldon, the wonder snail. He's such a wonder snail. Oh, little Sheldon's always on the go. Slow and smooth, smooth Sheldon, you will not outlast. You will not last. Sheldon.
Will not outlast. So with Sheldon, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. With Sheldon, you will not outlast. Thou shalt not pass. Thou shalt not pass. Right? That's where I'm getting that. Some little, is that, what's it called? Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Thou shalt not pass. Is that what he says? What's your favorite color? Green, no, blue, no. Ah! Dude, this song is so fun. I feel like these I want to do the vocals again and just sub this in because I think we did a really good job. I'm just going to keep that over here. We did a really good job with that. And thank you, 1176 Compression, for that. Wow. Wow, guys. This song is so much fun to make. This is probably one of the funnest songs I've made in a long time. Like, you know, I'm not going to say all of my songs aren't fun. Like, the sad ones are sad. There's even that I Cried song. We had to step away from that for a minute. It was a little emotional for me. And, yeah. You know, oh, man, I don't know. Songwriter and Chatty. Let's change also. Let's do some changes real quick. Just going to make a real quick change to the stream information. Let's make music. Let's make music with Sheldon. Sheldon, give it to me, Sheldon. The Wonder Snail. Snow. I was spelled snail with a U. Snewell. Let's make music with Sheldon the Wonder Snail. And chat. There, updated it. Now, hopefully that'll bring in some people. It might, you know. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like snails here? Huh? Anybody thinks Sheldon the Wonder Snail? What the fuck is that? What the? I don't care. What the? What the? What? Who? When? What? Where? Where do you see us, Sheldon? Our kids, my daughter, she goes, roly poly, roly poly, roly poly. It's so cute when she says roly poly. Oh my God, it's the cutest roly poly ever. Okay. Ah, so cute. She loves them. And you know what? Roly polies are crustaceans. They're not even insects, guys. And I heard you can eat them. They're called like shrimp of the woods or something like that. So they're like very earthy shrimp tasting because they're crustaceans that haven't fully evolved to live on land. That's why they still have, like, I think, gills underneath them. They don't, yeah. Roly polies, right? Amazing creatures. Shrimp of the woods. Amazing. I really set this compressor nice. I mean, it's one of those times where you set a compressor and you're like, set it and forget it type of thing. I love doing that. If I had a real 1176 compressor, Sheldon. So the Give It To Me, Sheldon, that is if you guys have seen Harry Met Sally, Harry Met Sally is one of my favorite movies. It's I haven't seen it in like a year or two, though. That'd be a fun one to watch. That'd be fun. Yeah. I miss that. Maybe we'll watch it on New Year's or something. Because it is like a New Year's type of movie. It's got it's got every holiday in it, doesn't it? But it really makes a big deal about New Year's. Because that's when Harry Harry and Sally finally say they love each other. And
I like it when you eat. I like it when you order stuff on the side. I like it. I like when you squint and your little eyes squint when you do this thing.
And then there was that one movie, 10 Things I Hate About You. And they totally ripped that. But they made it even more like sentimental with the letter she wrote at the end. I like it when you da 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 da. And I feel like that was totally Harry Met Sally right there, right? That was totally Harry Met Sally. I mean, that movie. I love that movie. I really do. All right. Let's go. Let's get over here where we belong in front of le microphone. How are you doing today, le microphone? You're so good. Hello? 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 Can you hear me? Oh, I'm talking in your knoll right now. That's the knoll. It's not hearing me much when I talk it to it. Ooh, let's make a song like that. That's ASMR type stuff right there. She got the monkey. Remember that movie Encino Man? Ooh, monkey. My monkey don't scream, my monkey don't blah, my monkey don't cost a thing. So Sheldon the Wonder Snell, he's such a Wonder Snell. Oh, that little Sheldon's always on the go. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. With Sheldon, you will not outlast. Even though you are fast. No, not. You will not outlast. And then where did I go from that? Where did I go?
Sheldon keeps on going while you're asleep.
Sheldon keeps on going. So Sheldon keeps on going while you're asleep. He's still out flowing. While you're asleep, he's still out there rolling. He's still out there rolling. Snells don't roll though, they stroll. He's still outside strolling. And then before you know it, Sheldon, he won the race. He took first, you took second place. He took first, while you, not you. Should I you? Should I use this like a book? We can't say you, because then the reader will get offended or something. I don't know. All right. Let's go. Okay. By the way, if you haven't given me a follow yet, go ahead and do so. Here we go.
always on the go. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Will Sheldon, you will not outlast. You will not.
Okay, let's start that again. I didn't have as much energy as before. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Woo.
Oh yeah. Woo. Oh yeah. Ha. Sheldon, the wonder snail. He's such a wonder snail. Oh, little Sheldon's always on the go. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Will Sheldon, you will not outlast. Sheldon.
Okay, now. So let's keep that. But where were we here? Where were we? What was the line? Line!
Sheldon keeps on going.
Okay, that's where it was.
Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Will Sheldon, you will not outlast. Sheldon. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Will Sheldon.
Let's start from the top. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
All right. Hey. Ha. Hey. All right. Oh. Ha. Hey. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Woo. Sheldon, the wonder snail. He's such a wonder snail. Oh, little Sheldon's always on the go. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Will Sheldon, you will not outlast. Sheldon, he keeps on going. You're asleep, and he is outside throwing. He's outside strolling. Sheldon, the wonder snail. He's at first, you're in second place. Oh yeah, woo yeah. He won the race, in a race, and Sheldon's way ahead of you. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when Sheldon's running after you? You don't understand, dude. What the lads are telling you? Yeah, ha 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 ha. Sheldon, Sheldon, the wonder snail. He's such a wonder. Oh, always on the go. Always on the go. Yeah. Sheldon's always always gonna win the race, even though he's slow. You may be fast, but he is slow. But he still comes in first. Didn't you know? It's like the tortoise and the fucking hare. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Woo! All right. Woo! Yeah, yeah. Woo! Oh, now. Hey, hey, hey. Sheldon, the wonder snail. He's such a wonder snail. Oh, little Sheldon's always on the go. Slow and smooth, smooth and fast. With Sheldon, you will not outlast. Not outlast. Sheldon, he keeps on going while you're asleep. He's outside strolling. He's outside blowing. You may be fast, you may be quick, but Sheldon's gone, and he's gonna win. Oh yeah, Sheldon's gonna win. Slow and steady wins the race, motherfuckers. Woo! Oh yeah, woo, woo. Oh yeah, slow and steady wins the race. Sheldon in first place. Woo! Sheldon, the wonder snail. He's such a wonder snail. And little Sheldon's always on the go. Oh yeah, yeah. Ah, yeah. Yeah. Burning calories. Oh, that's a calorie burner. Woo! We keep rolling. We're rolling still. We're still rolling. We're still rolling. We're still rolling. Woo! Oh yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Sheldon, the wonder snail. He's such a wonder snail. Oh, little Sheldon's always on the go. Slow and smooth, smooth and fast. With Sheldon, you will not outlast. Ooh, ha, Sheldon keeps on going. You're inside, he's still out there strolling. He's still rock and rolling. Oh, oh, Sheldon, no wonder snail. Comes in first while you left behind the trail. You left behind in his snail trail. Woo, sticky as it is. My armpits are sweating. Woo! Oh God, oh no, yeah. Little Sheldon's always on the go. Sheldon, Sheldon, give it to Sheldon. Talk to Sheldon. What you do, Sheldon? What you know, Sheldon? Think of more. Whoa, what you gonna do? Sheldon's stuck with a Sheldon, something to do. Something Sheldon.
got to come up with a flow for that. We got to come up with some kind of rap thing. One more take, and we're calling it. We're calling it after this take, okay, guys? We gotta go. Woo! Yeah, oh, no, oh, hey, ha, 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 oh, no, hey, 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 oh, 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 yeah. Oh, no. Sheldon wonders now. He's such a wonders now. Oh, little Sheldon's always on the go. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. With Sheldon, you will not outlast. Sheldon, give it to them, Sheldon. Yo, Sheldon, what you wielding? Sheldon, yo, Sheldon, what you wielding in your hand? You got nothing to hold, you got nothing to hand. You just go, you go with the flow. Sheldon's rock and roll, rock and roll. Sheldon rocks and roll. Flowing right here like I don't care how fast you are, you ain't gonna last this man off of the Sheldon. He snares his way across the line, the USA, rock and roll. Whoa! That's all I have for you guys today. Got to comb through that. Look, oh my God. Oh my God, look at this. Sweating. Oh yeah! That's when you know rock and roll right there. That's rock and roll right there, baby. That is, ooh. Ooh. So much sweat, it's the acid from my body is tearing my ear pads apart. That's rock and roll. That is rock and roll. Wow. Who thought rock and roll, huh? Who would have thought rock and roll can be done alone, huh? Look at that. Look at that. Oh, I like to thank the whole band, by the way. The whole band. You guys are spectacular. Is that the right word to say? Because you guys are amazing, all of you. Guys, I couldn't have done it without you guys, okay? Just saying. What a band. Guys, give it a round for give a round of applause to the band over there. Right over there. They're so good. Guys, I just like to thank my manager. I like to thank my drummer. I like to thank my guitarist. The bass player, of course, I like to thank the bass player. Where'd you go? The bass player's outside smoking a joint. Whew, okay. Okay. Drummer, where'd my drummer go? Oh, drummer can do whatever he wants. He's on his own program all the time anyway. Oh, boys and girls, that was great. I feel so good right now. You don't even understand. I feel good. Look at this. I got to take a shower, okay? I got to take a shower. I'm sweating balls right now. Wow. Okay, that was worth it. That was a good stream. Okay, we were a little late. Yeah, every Saturday we're late, okay? I got morning things to do. I should switch it to 9:30, really, but I don't want to because I want to do it earlier. I actually would love to do it at 8. I'd love to do a stream at 8. That would be great. This was so fun. Oh, guys, I couldn't ask for more. I really couldn't ask for more. This was way worth the time. And you know what? Live streaming just makes it more fun. It really does. It just makes it more fun when when 4 of you are watching. You know, it's great. That's oh, I wish others would know. I mean, if I could get myself into a position for a raid, that would be great. But unfortunately, I gotta cut the stream a little short today. Last Saturday, we came up with drums for this song, right? Remember? Actually, that's right. Last Saturday is when we came up with the drums for this. So we wrote this song last week. Yeah, a song takes, we can't just write. I'm not like amazing at everything, right? So I know my vocals. I know my vocals. I'm so comfortable with my vocals that if any of you guys need help with vocals or some male vocal counterpart on your song, don't be shy. Check out my Discord. I got to set that up. I got to set up my Discord. For those of you guys who are on Discord, let's see if I can do that right now. Let's see. Set up. The sounds like shut up, but the Discord. I gotta set it up. I have a Discord. Unfortunately, I haven't really done much with it, and I should start. I should start because I think that's another way of building a community through Discord. Yeah, right? Come on, loading bar. We've got a birthday to celebrate. All right. Oh yeah. For sure. Let's go. So let's go on that. And let's look at my, okay, so this is my Discord, right? I'm just looking at my Discord here. And I have got, if you want to check out my Discord, I guess this is the way to do it. Let's see. Let us see. How do we do it? Share. Mute server. Should be very easy. To share it, right? It's just the soundbite server. Obviously, I am pretty illiterate with when it comes to let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty illiterate when it comes to Discord still. Server settings, text channels, voice channels, blah blah blah, stream room. It doesn't have like a share. Like a create a link. And I'll have to obviously create one on my own. I mean, I could share it. I can copy a message link. I can do that, but I really would like it to just share my server. Oh well, we'll figure that out. Obviously, I have a Discord. You can find it obviously through. You know what? That is the other way, right? I can go through my. Yeah. See what that does. There we go. That was the way to do it. Let's see. What's it doing here? What's it doing? That was a fun stream. I love streams where I'm singing and just losing to myself. And I get like all amped up and start doing exercises and stuff like that. Birthday hype loading. What's going on with a birthday? Whose birthday is it? Okay. What's new? Hello, everyone. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, yeah, there's... Oops. What did I do? Okay. So, I have my Discord set up. And yeah, let's make that like a chat message. Discord. That'll be for my Discord. And I'm going to just move that and Twitch. So I'm just right now putting in a chat message to my fans out there. Discord. Okay. And then we'll put in the Discord link. Okay. And that should do it. That should do it. See what that does for you guys. Here is my here's my Discord. Here you go. Said, here's my Discord. Here we go. Here we go. What in the... Okay, that didn't do anything. Discord, where are you? No, just a chat message. Just a simple chat message with the link. Yeah, that should do it. It's weird that it's not. Let's see. Press it again. If I press this, it's fine. This, it's fine. But this one, red flags here. All right, whatever. We'll fix that later on. Guys, it was a pleasure. It really was a pleasure chatting. Well, not so much chatting today, but performing, really. And if you haven't given a follow before you check out of here, please give me a follow. We stream only 2 hours and 31 minutes today. Kind of a short Saturday, but I got to get to things. Got other tasks to attend to. All right. Good streaming. Safe streaming. Happy Saturday, guys. Peace.